Do you know the early warning signs of atherosclerosis? Atherosclerosis might sound like a mouthful, but it's a condition that we should all be aware of. It's a disease that takes root inside your arteries, the blood vessels that carry oxygen-rich blood from your heart to every corner of your body. Atherosclerosis is the culprit behind the buildup of fats, cholesterol, and other substances in and on your artery walls. This buildup, known as plaque, can restrict blood flow, leading to a whole host of health problems. But here's the kicker: these issues often don't become apparent until the disease has significantly progressed. That's why it's crucial to know the early warning signs. These signs can give you a fighting chance to address the condition before it escalates into something more severe, like a heart attack or a stroke. Stay tuned as we delve into the 10 early warning signs of atherosclerosis. The first early warning sign of atherosclerosis is chest pain or angina. Now, you may wonder, how does this tie in with atherosclerosis? Well, atherosclerosis is a condition where the arteries harden due to the buildup of plaque. This plaque is often composed of cholesterol, fat, calcium, and other substances. When this plaque builds up in the coronary arteries, it restricts the flow of oxygen-rich blood to your heart. And guess what? Your heart needs that oxygen to function. When your heart is deprived of the oxygen it needs, it sends out a distress signal in the form of chest pain or angina. This pain can often be described as a feeling of pressure, squeezing, or fullness in the center of your chest. It may even extend to your arms, neck, jaw, shoulder, or back. If you often experience chest pain, it might be a sign of atherosclerosis. Another early warning sign of atherosclerosis is fatigue. Now, you might be wondering, why fatigue? Isn't that just a sign of a busy life or not getting enough sleep? Well, that's true. However, when it comes to atherosclerosis, it's a bit more complex than that. You see, atherosclerosis is a disease that narrows and hardens your arteries. When this happens, your heart has to work harder to pump blood through these narrowed arteries. And what does your heart use for energy? Oxygen. When your heart is overworked and undernourished, it leads to fatigue. This is not your everyday tiredness. This is fatigue that doesn't go away with rest. It's a profound lack of energy that can interfere with your daily activities. It's the kind of tiredness that makes you feel like you're dragging through the day, even after a good night's sleep. So remember, feeling excessively tired could be an indication of atherosclerosis. Shortness of breath is yet another early warning sign of atherosclerosis. Now, you might be wondering, how does a disease that affects blood vessels lead to breathlessness? It's simple, really. Atherosclerosis, as we know, is the buildup of plaque in arteries, narrowing them and restricting blood flow. When this occurs in the arteries that supply your heart, it can lead to a condition called angina, causing chest pain and shortness of breath. That's because your heart, like every other muscle, needs oxygen to function. It gets this oxygen from the blood, but when the blood flow is limited, your heart struggles to get the oxygen it needs, especially during physical exertion. The result? You feel short of breath. It's important to remember that shortness of breath can have many causes, but if you're experiencing it alongside other symptoms like chest pain or fatigue, it might indicate atherosclerosis. If you are frequently short of breath, it might be due to atherosclerosis. Leg pain, cold feet, and erectile dysfunction are other early warning signs of atherosclerosis. Now, it might seem surprising that these seemingly unrelated symptoms could be connected to a heart condition, but they're all linked to the same root cause, the narrowing of your arteries. Let's start with leg pain. This is often the result of peripheral artery disease, a condition that's caused by atherosclerosis. When the arteries that carry blood to your legs become narrow, your leg muscles don't get the oxygen they need, especially during physical activity. That's when you might feel pain or cramping, a symptom known as claudication. Moving on to cold feet. This symptom is also related to reduced blood flow. When the arteries in your legs become narrow, it can lead to poor circulation, making your feet feel cold to the touch. It's not just a matter of comfort. Cold feet can be a sign that your body isn't getting the blood supply it needs. Finally, let's talk about erectile dysfunction. This is often a delicate subject, but it's important to address. You see, an erection requires good blood flow. When atherosclerosis narrows the arteries leading to the penis, it can cause erectile dysfunction. So if you're experiencing this issue, it may not just be a matter of sexual health, but also a sign of heart health. Now, it's important to note that these symptoms can also be caused by other conditions. That's why it's crucial to consult with a healthcare provider if you're experiencing any of them. They can help you determine the cause and the best course of action. Remember, atherosclerosis is a progressive disease. It can start to develop in your 20s or 30s, and over time it can lead to serious heart conditions. But by paying attention to these warning signs, you can catch it early and take steps to manage it. Experiencing these symptoms could be an early indication of atherosclerosis. Kidney problems, high blood pressure, stroke, and heart attack are serious early warning signs of atherosclerosis. Now let's delve into how these grave conditions might be sounding the alarm bells for atherosclerosis. First up, kidney problems. You see, the kidneys are the silent workhorses of our bodies, filtering waste and excess fluids. But when atherosclerosis narrows or blocks the arteries supplying these vital organs, they're unable to function optimally, leading to a host of kidney-related issues. So if you're experiencing unexplained kidney problems, it could be an early sign of atherosclerosis. Next, we have high blood pressure. The heart, in its quest to pump blood through narrowed arteries, works over time, resulting in elevated pressure levels. This persistent high blood pressure can damage arteries further, creating a vicious cycle that may lead to atherosclerosis. It's a subtle but significant warning sign that shouldn't be brushed off. Now, on to strokes. A stroke occurs when blood flow to the brain is interrupted, typically when an artery is blocked by a blood clot. Atherosclerotic plaques in our arteries can rupture, forming clots that may travel to the brain. If you've suffered a stroke, it might not just be an isolated event, but an early warning sign of atherosclerosis. Finally, the most formidable of all, heart attacks. A heart attack happens when blood flow to a part of the heart is blocked, often by a blood clot. Like with strokes, these clots can form due to ruptured atherosclerotic plaques. While a heart attack is a serious event in itself, it could also be a harbinger of underlying atherosclerosis. To summarize, kidney problems, high blood pressure, strokes, and heart attacks aren't just health issues in themselves. They could be your body's way of warning you about the lurking danger of atherosclerosis. It's crucial to listen to these signals and seek medical advice promptly, because early detection can make all the difference in managing and treating atherosclerosis. These serious conditions could be early warning signs of atherosclerosis. Let's recap the 10 early warning signs of atherosclerosis we have discussed. We began with chest pain or angina, a symptom often caused by reduced blood flow to the heart. This discomfort can be felt in your chest, arms, neck, jaw, shoulder, or back, and usually intensifies with physical activity or stress. Fatigue, our second sign, is not just a feeling of tiredness but an unusual or excessive whole-body tiredness not relieved by sleep. It can be a subtle sign that something isn't quite right with your cardiovascular system. We then explored shortness of breath, which can occur with minimal activity or even at rest. It's a sign that your heart isn't able to pump enough oxygen-rich blood to meet your body's needs. Moving on to the 4th to 6th signs, we discussed leg pain, often felt when walking and disappearing at rest. Cold feet, a symptom of poor circulation, and erectile dysfunction, which can indicate a problem with blood flow. The last 4 signs, kidney problems, high blood pressure, stroke, and heart attack, are serious indicators that atherosclerosis has progressed significantly. Kidney problems could include decreased kidney function or kidney failure. High blood pressure can strain your heart, damage blood vessels, and increase your risk of heart attack, stroke, and kidney problems. And of course, a stroke or heart attack is a medical emergency requiring immediate attention. Now, it's crucial to understand that these signs are not definitive proof of atherosclerosis. They are potential indicators. And if you or someone you know experiences any of these symptoms, it's essential to seek medical attention. Remember, atherosclerosis is a progressive disease. It starts slowly, often without symptoms, and can take years to develop. But with early detection and treatment, the progression can be slowed or even reversed. Knowing these early warning signs of atherosclerosis can potentially save a life. Always consult a medical professional if you experience any of these symptoms.